Hello, this episode of Gridiron History is about the origin of the football. And why is a pigskin called a football, or why is a football called a pigskin? Well, before they had anything inflatable back in the day, way back in the day, they used a variety of things for a ball. They would take grass and wrap it up in cloth, and that would serve as kind of a ball for whatever they were playing. But as football, in terms of soccer and a ball that people would kick around, as that got started, what they would use is an animal bladder, a pig bladder. So what they would do is whenever they butchered a pig, they would take the pig's bladder out, they would wash it up a little bit, and they would stick a quill feather, a quill from a feather into the bladder and blow up the bladder. And that was one way. Some areas, if you were a little wealthier, I guess, you could take a little pewter or metal pipe and stick it into the bladder, and they would actually blow up the pig bladder, and then they would wrap it in deer skin, and that would be the ball. It had bounce, and you could kick it and it would bounce around. So that changed in the 1860s. They were using a bladder for soccer games, and the balls were irregular shape. No ball was the same because the bladder may blow up and have a lump here and something there. It might be a different shape, and so there was no uniformity in the ball. So when they played soccer or rugby with one of those balls, then they weren't uniform. And when they first started playing football, the balls weren't uniform, and they were more round, sort of more round like this. Anyway, this is kind of what they would look like, bigger, rounder balls. In the 1840s, there was a guy named Goodyear who developed a way to process rubber. And by the 1860s, they were able to make rubber bladders. And after that, they would take the rubber bladder and encase it in cowhide. So all of the footballs today are made out of cowhide, and there's a certain size and shape. But the name pigskin just stuck. So they still refer to a football today as a pigskin, although it's made of rubber and cowhide. So what do you do with these old footballs? This was a regular ball, and it just kind of got out of shape, but it looks like one of the old ones. This is an old used high school football, and they just make great trophies. So if you've got an old ball and you've got a game that you want to highlight, there you go. You can take it and make a great trophy. But that is the story of why a football is called a pigskin, pig bladder.